Well, it has been a very sad day for all of us here at WMUR. We're mourning the loss of our colleague and good friend, political reporter John DeStaso.
So John was known as the dean of the New Hampshire Political Journalists, covering presidential primaries really like no other, asking the tough questions, being a mentor to budding journalists, and was a really well-spirited person and just an all-around great guy. WMUR political director Adam Sexton here with more on John DeStaso. Adam.
Well, Tom and Jen, it's an understatement to say this is a devastating loss, not just for us, but for the state of New Hampshire as well. John was an institution in and of himself in the Granite State, and he leaves behind a remarkable legacy.
John DeStaso was a journalist, but he was also one of the central figures in New Hampshire politics over 5 different decades. He worked so hard to get the facts and get them out first, whether the story was about the President of the United States or the most intricate insider details of a local political party dispute. He was a newspaper reporter of the old school, always working the phones. And when the transition came from print to digital, it wasn't uncommon for John to break news at any hour of the day or night. You could wake up in the morning and scroll through Twitter and see that he had posted a major story at 3 in the morning. John was tough. He was a relentless competitor and did not really have an off switch when it came to that competitiveness. Any journalist who sat next to him in the newsroom learned so much by just listening to him not only conduct interviews, but especially working those sources. And if somehow a big story went somewhere else, well, those sources heard from John, who was always very calm, but also very clear and direct about how that was not going to happen again. But those calls didn't have to happen very often because John was so trusted and so upfront and kind with everyone he dealt with. His reporting was similarly direct and consequential, and no matter how big a story he just broke a day or even an hour before, he was always moving to the next big story, making sure he got it and got it right. He was never one to brag about just how consequential his reporting could be, but one former HHS commissioner once told me that John DeStaso's reporting was integral in the decision to close the Laconia State School, an institution for people with disabilities that had failed Granite Staters. And John played a role in bringing those problems to light. Of course, alongside that impactful local journalism was his front-row seat reporting on the dozens of first-in-the-nation candidates who flocked to New Hampshire over the years to try to become President of the United States. John approached all of them with a skeptical eye, no fear, no deference to title or pedigree, an almost perfect embodiment of how your classic New Hampshire voter would assume the great responsibility and tremendous privilege of challenging and testing these men and women who seek the most powerful office on planet Earth. I'll repeat it just because it is the essence of who John was. He worked so hard. He never stopped. Even just a few days ago, he was talking about wanting to get back to doing some work, get that byline back in the mix on WMUR.com, where he always wanted that top spot. Without question, the Granite State is diminished by this loss. But the hard work and the written words of John DeStaso will live on as a defining record of his era of New Hampshire politics.
Our sincere condolences and love go out to John's wife, Diane, and his 2 sons, Dante and Nick. We've truly lost a legend, more importantly, a great friend and ally in this newsroom. Tom and Jen.
All right, Adam, very well said. Thank you so much, and we will be right back.